Hi, Rachel with Sasha here, and today she and I are going to review stand. Now, Sasha hasn't done this in a while, and it's not a huge command. A lot of times, stand isn't really taught by dogs, and it can be kind of difficult for them to grasp because they don't feel like they're doing anything. Sit is usually always the first command that we teach them, and so whenever we're getting treats out or anything like that, the dog automatically sits in front of us because they think that that's what they're supposed to do, which is usually true, or they're anticipating that's what we're going to ask them to do. Stand, however, can be really helpful. So even though Sasha doesn't need, her hair trimmed at the groomers or anything like that, if you ever have her bathe somewhere or give her a bath yourself, you can make it a lot easier if you tell her to stand and stay, and she can handle being touched and stuff like this while standing, so that you can really wash her well and get all the shampoo rinsed off of her so it doesn't irritate her skin, and get caught, in your armpits or anything like that. Also, for trimming her nails, it's makes it a lot easier if she stands nicely, so the person can go forward and trim all her nails. And also, lastly, if taking her to the vet for her yearly checkup, so they can poke and prod her all over and take her temperature, all those fun things that the vet does. And finally, lastly, for real, if you ever want Sasha to become a therapy dog, the stand for exam is something that is used a lot in that. So if she goes up to someone, she just stands there and lets them pet her just like this. And that is used a lot in that situation. So we're just going to practice it today, and depending on how she does, I'm going to add a stand stay in it. So first of all, she's doing a pretty good job of just standing around like this, and so I want to reward her in the act. Now, because I know Sasha, I don't want to bring out treats just yet, because I know that she gets a little overexcited with them, and I want her to be able to focus. So Sasha, come here. See if she'll just chill and stand. Good stand! Good stand, Sasha. Good girl. Good stand. Okay, so that's exactly what it's supposed to look like. So now I've kind of warmed her up by rewarding her for a good stand there. I'm going to have her sit and then bring her up into a stand. So Sasha, sit. Good, sit. Stand. 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 No, Sasha. Stand. You okay? You don't let me touch right there. Stand. I'm so close. Stand. No. Good stand. Good stand, Sasha. Good girl. Okay, so I don't know what it is. Sasha doesn't seem to really like being touched back here by her belly, and so I don't want to do that. I was having trouble getting her to stand. She's doing a good stand right now. And so what I did with her is I didn't have a treat in my hand, but I had enough of the treat smell on my fingers that it worked. I just held my hand down like this, and Sasha just kind of nibbled on my fingers, and so she stayed in a stand long enough, and I was able to reward her for a good stand. Yes, good stand. Good stand, Sasha. Now she's still kind of pivoting around a lot. She started over here, now she's over there. That's okay. We just want to get her comfortable with the stand command first. So, Sasha, sit. Good girl. Stand. 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 Good stand! Good stand, Sasha. Good stand. Good girl. Okay, that was good. So she wasn't able to get a treat from me because I didn't have one in my hand. And so she kind of got frustrated and spun around. But then once she did that, she stopped and she was doing a perfect stand just like she is now, not moving around or anything like that. And so that's where you really give her the praise for a good stand. Yes, good girl. Good stand. Okay, so let's try that again. Sit. Sasha, stand. Stand. No, not shake. No, stand. Stand. Good stand. Good stand, Sasha. lot better to kind of bait her off towards the side. And again, I'm just baiting her with my hands, but she's helpful. She's not giving up, but it's working just fine. Now I will try it with a treat to see how well she responds, and if she gets too excited, in which case I'll tell you to not practice with the treat and just give her a treat at the end of the training off. Okay, Sasha, stand. Good stand. Good stand, Sasha. Good girl. Good stand. Okay. It's pretty much the same reaction there, which is good. She's just standing there kind of trying to gnaw on the treat, and there you can reward her for a good stand. So I didn't actually release the treat and let her eat it right away. I wanted her to remain in the stand so she got used to that, and it's not just like a jump up and then sit back down while she has the treat kind of thing. But she's doing a very good job. Now I'm going to try to include a stay with the stand. Now usually for stays, whether it's a sit stay or a down stay, we just tell them stay instead of adding down stay, sit stay. However, the stand is a bit more difficult for the dogs to understand, and so I like to always say stand stay. So it sounds a little bit different to them, and they're getting the original command in there as well. Now, for Sasha, I'm not going to use the treat to get her to stand for the stand stay because she gets a little too focused on the treats and I don't want her to follow me. Now, she's already standing, and so I'll take this opportunity to do a stand stay. Sasha, stand stay. Stand stay. Now, this is good, like if you are at the vet and Sasha needs her temperature taken or needs, anything looked at, all the poking and prodding that they do, you can stand back, and that gives them the vet, and the vet takes plenty of room to work around her. Stand. Stand. Stand, stay. Stand, stay. Stand, stay. Good stand stay, Sasha. Good girl. Good stand stay. That was really great. So you can see that she has a little bit of trouble. Nicely. Good girl. As I was returning to her, she wanted to sit. And so I just got her back up in the stand, was able to back away from her. And then approaching her to keep her in her stand, I just mimicked the action that I was doing to tell her to stand in the first place, which was holding my hand kind of off to the side and repeating stand stay as I walked up to her. And she did really well with that. So now I'm going to try to do the entire thing of taking her from a sit into a stand and doing the stand stay with her turn. So she'll sit. Good sit. Stand. 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 Stay. Stand, stay. Stand, stay. Stand, stay. And now to return to her, I'm going to put my hand out to the side. Stand, stay. Stand, stay. Sasha, stand, stay. Come on, stand. Stand, stay. Stand, stay. Come on. Stand. Good stand. Stand, stay. Good stand, stay. Good stand, stay, Sasha. Okay. So in returning to her, a closed hand is a little bit too tempting. She's pretty convinced that I have something in there if my hand is closed. So maybe try more of like a flat hand like this. And this also kind of mimics the stay stop sign that we put in front of her face. So it's kind of reinforcing that as well. So she's doing really well with this. I think that she's doing absolutely great, a lot better than most dogs. This is really difficult for a lot of them to grasp. And so I would say focus on getting her to stand, the first time you ask her to stand and doing a good stand stay. Then after that, if you have another person that can work on the training with you, just like with the park, have an active and an inactive person. the active person is the one giving her the commands and all that, and then have the inactive person approach her. And maybe start by just touching her in 3 places down her back, then a pet like this, and then really manipulating her, you know, like playing with her ears and lifting up her legs and all that kind of stuff. So just like what they would do at the vet's office, you know, to give her an exam, or if therapy dog is the route that you want to go with Miss Sasha, you know, that's what a lot of the younger kids do too, is they want to just get their hands all over her. So it gets her used to that while remaining in her stand. But she did a really fantastic job. This was Rachel and Sasha, and we were working on Stand with Stand Stay.